And now we get to the main event and co-main event. And I think Amanda Nunes losing and Dustin Poirier losing, there's a similarity between both of them. Hear me out on this, kids. I think both of them lost due to the same reasons. And I think it's due to success, and I think it's due to not doing what got them to the dance. And I think, especially in the UFC, mixed martial arts in general, fighting in general, combat sports, once you get enough money and success, you got to be the complete outlier to continue to do what got you to the dance. And I think for Amanda Nunes, you know, Julianna Pena talked a little about this. She was in the gym a lot. You know, she had a kid. You know, she's beat everybody and their mom. She's by far the greatest of all time. And it didn't look like the Amanda Nunes we've seen, the dominant Amanda Nunes in there on Saturday night. And I contribute that to life. Successful. There's been talk retirement. You've had a kid, you have a wife now, you got a house, you got all the riches. It takes a special kind of person to do it for longevity and maintain that same dog work ethic. Because most people get involved with fighting because they have no other options. And it's a hungry man or woman's game. And if that hunger, that starvation to be the best just falters a little bit, at the top of the level, at the top of the UFC, you're going to get beat. I think it happened with both parties there. Dustin Poirier and Amanda Nunes. I think for Dustin Poirier, I picked Dustin Poirier to win. I think if they fight 9 out of 10 times, it's a different result. And that's not taking anything away from Charles Oliviera. I think Dustin's coming off the high of the Conor McGregor fights, you know, knocking Conor McGregor out and beating him twice, getting the most payday he's ever got. And I don't think that he didn't train hard for the fight. I just don't think the same hunger is there. I don't. And I don't think for Amanda Nunes the same hunger was there. For Julianna Pena, the hunger, she had all the hunger. For Charles Oliveira, there's all the hunger. You look where Charles came from, and even though, you know, he became the interim champ, his life really didn't change financially. He's fucking starving, man. Julianna Pena is starving, and they want what Dustin Poirier and Amanda Nunes had, and they went out and got it. And I think that is the similarities with the main event and co-main event. And you look at the history of the UFC, or even boxing, even other sports, but we'll start with the UFC. You look at champs who became so dominant, and it's very rare that they continue to dominate. A lot of them will dominate, but they change their fighting style. GSP, right? GSP dominant, never really lost. Changed his fighting style, a little more safer just to keep the belt, but changed his fighting style. Remember, his nickname was The Rush, dude. The Rush, because he used to fucking get people out so fast. But as success came, he changed his fighting style, but still dominant and still all the riches in the world, but his fighting style changed, wasn't exciting, still beat guys, still outclassed guys, but he changed. Once he got to a certain level and money wasn't an issue, and it was about legacy, he changed his fighting style, but still dominant. You look at a guy like, you know, Conor McGregor, for instance, the richest combat sports athlete of all time. You're telling me Conor has the same hunger? He has the exact same hunger that he had when we watched him fight some of the guys like Eddie Alvarez, or, you know, some of these other, you know, Jose Aldo. You guys can tell it's different. It's not bad. It's different. I think some of that hunger's come back from Conor now with his leg and stuff like that. But to wake up and do the road work and the diet when you're sleeping in Gucci, you know, pajamas, and you're on a yacht, and, you know, and everyone's good. You're talking, Conor has generational wealth, man. His kids do what the fuck his kids, they're set, dude. And fighting is a game where that's not the best recipe for success, to maintain, you know, that sharp edge, that chip on your shoulder, that kind of hatred for the game that drives you for greatness.